Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. This is a Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of Chechnya. We are pushing for realignment of our government after taking out massive amounts of IMF money and loans and a double debt reduction of the 300 trillion, I think. Maybe it had gotten higher than that of debt that our small little territory had accrued somehow. Trying to probably fight us for influence, which was insanity. What a debt bomb that was to take on. Where we lost control of northern Cyprus, actually. Which is probably better for us in the long run because that keeps us out of conflict with Europe. And we already moved to the Maldives. Yes, we do own the Maldives as basically a military base. I believe that's what this is, right? Yeah. Or Maldives? I don't know. However y'all say that down there. Um, it is what it is. Can I make railroads? I don't think I can. I think it's one. Yeah, it's just one province. There's not. Even though it's like big enough, it could be multiple islands on this map. They made it one. Alright. And we do have a couple agents doing some stuff. We have a diplomatic mission here where we're doing something. Diplomacy training. Our guy here, can we boost ideology in our own nation? Oh, I so wish we could. We should be able to. Like, I just feel like that's messed up that we can't. Alright, well, that being the case, we'll just leave him on reserve so he can do rescue missions. That would have been nice if we could do that. Looks like population growth. What are we looking at? Getting about 200,000 civilians now a month. And we are at 77% fulfillment again, which is terrible. So in September, we need to look at this number again, and that'll give us an idea of how many months it'll take to, without conquering new territories, to add population to our society, how many months it'll take to get unemployment, or to get to an unemployed state where we have excess workers. If that makes sense. Yeah, we don't have people leaving because that may have been what hurt us. I bet we lost a ton of population while we were in debt. I would assume that happened for like a year or something. We probably lost a good chunk. A healthy chunk of people probably bailed on us. Keep paying down the debt. Every small little bit at a time that we can. Hopefully until we get below 6%. Yeah, that was a bad click. Not the worst click. It would have been worse if I clicked Western Align, but didn't help. It was a click that did not help us. This symbol looks crazy. It's called teal. Social Democrat ideology, but in a non-aligned capacity. It's also Social Democrat. This is just Chechen independence. And I have 3 more times I can hit this. It would be very interesting if we were able to get our non-aligned support to the point where we would be able to win the election outright. And I wouldn't have all the subsequent parties in power. And maybe I could stamp out those parties completely. We just have a single political party running. And go that full authoritarian route. Yeah, because we are pushing for an authoritarian party. Yeah, we definitely don't want an oligarchy going on. And the Russia revolutionary thing, they need to just leave. Icarian government is fine. That's at least acceptable. That probably has some like cool storyline elements. Alright, we got auto cannons. We'll get those done. Yeah, I don't know what we're spending money on. Oh, the enrichment facility. That's what finished up. Or no, that wasn't it. Had to be something else. That makes that even worse, because I have no idea what it, like, did that. And we have less money, even with this. Got a little bit of a loan. Oh, and we're in September, so let's look at our pop. Still at 80 million. And this did not adjust our percentage. Still at that 77%. So this will go up very slowly then. Not even noticeable. That's pretty bad. Looks like gear-wise, we're actually probably in a good spot. We just need more jets. And I would feel comfortable going to war with Kazakhstan. Yeah, we're in 500 jet stockpile. We have air wings, Both air wings are already at 500, so we have 1,000 jets on the field. We have 500 in reserve. So we do need to boost our air interceptions. So let's go ahead and get some more air interception wings. We'll get 2 set up here. Go ahead and get those going. That'll put us up to 300. We're going to slowly work on that while maintaining our stockpile in case we get attacked. We are going to move our ground infantry divisions up north. I do want to have this front line filled out. Alright, so that's the last defense equipment we probably realistically need. I don't think we need explosive reactive armor. We're back to stable growth from stagnation. That's hugely beneficial. These are all huge benefits to our design, or our plans overall. Military objectives are wholly pushing for this airport. They don't have any troops there. Check out what they're doing. Yeah, they do have a lot of mechanized divisions. They're all, I guess, reserved at their home area around Uzbekistan. Navy-wise, what are we looking at? We've got 4 ships here that we could throw into the Caspian Sea. And then here, these can go support the Indian Ocean fleets. We're going to go ahead and disband that. The next fleets we need to do, I think we're going to push. We need what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probably. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll need 10 individual fleets to actually make up the distance because it's so far from our territory. We can make it happen. This is going to take forever. Marine Command. I mean, these are acceptable, I guess. We'll just upgrade them later. Be infantry. We do have commanders with 15 capacity, so we'll go ahead and take them. No, they're not that good. Alright, and let's go ahead and get this click done whenever it lets us. Oh, probably like 99%. 99.99. Yeah. We're gonna continue. Let's make sure China, yeah, we're getting our influence back. Do non-aligned bonuses if it'll pop up again. I'm not seeing it. So we'll take the money for now and pay that down. And how many units do we have here? I think all of these are special operations and marines. Yeah, so we're going to take these airborne units. We're going to give them an overall commander. Here we have this other infantry division. We'll give them an army group as well. And we're going to move them into their own theater. This will be under, we'll call it Africa. So what? ACOM. And I don't think we'll have anyone available. Especially mechanized. Yeah, these are equipment scavengers, but no mechanized commanders. So division recovery is pretty good. We'll go ahead and just see if we can get him promoted. And we'll reassign him to that role. He's getting our surface-to-air missiles done rapidly. That's good. Let's make sure commanders we do have. Alright, so we'll have to take one here. Alright, we'll promote out of the unit. Alright, so he gets to be commander. Everyone, yeah, we've got good coverage there with our ground army. And we're below 10 trillion. We're down in the 9 trillion mark now. That's pretty cool. We've got more jets, more heavy lift craft, more bombers. We're actually getting a reserve of bombers. That's nice. And we can do non-aligned right now. We'll keep boosting propaganda. Our income's going to go down significantly. Yeah, down to 9 billion a week. Our interest rate, though, is almost below 6%. And how's our government management, you ask? We're probably going to be able to push like 25% here before 2042, which means by 2043, we should be all right. Oh, and then I did want to keep checking up here. We're at 87.5 fulfillment for offices. So as this keeps going up, we'll keep getting money. Yeah, because a lot of our income right now is from civilian factories anyway. Where looks like emerging is losing points. But it would be nice if the Rodina party was still in power. Yeah, and we can split up the Democrats. All the Western aligned guys. So then we're working towards fast growth and economic boom. Man, at least we're growing, like we're positive, but that is a terrible GDP growth rate of 0.7%. We need it at 3 or higher. We need more factories, that's the problem. But without people, we can't work the factories. So that's a weird position to be in. So industry, so rail lines and factories would help that. Let's check our rail network too. So we've got most of our main lines, looks like, finishing up. We do need the outer support lines, but the internal ones are finishing. This is an important line. We need one here as well. But yeah, we're getting size 6 railroad bonus everywhere. Looks like. Except here in Georgia. No, what about these other breakaway regions? Oh no, we got it done there already. Not here though. We need both these coastal routes will give us, let's see what we got on queue. We don't even have our coastal routes queued up for upgrades, so let's go ahead and do that. Those queued up, and that'll give us even more productivity growth. We want all the way along our coast to be size 6. That way we can just transfer supply to any of our docks across the way, and then there should be multiple ways from those docks internally. And also on top of that, we don't miss any coastal areas getting super fast productivity for shipyards and shipyard development. This is, I guess we just don't have built docks. So the symbol for the rail line is under that. So I can't click it. Pretty annoying. Alright, and I'll go ahead and bump all these up. We need these for size 6s. Alright, and I was reorganizing the Chechen armed forces here. So we do have our mechanized brigades. We are going to go for Somalia. We have air wings here. We do. We do have heavy lift craft. These are size 500. Whoa, okay. Alright, let's get these over here then. That changes the game because we can utilize these airborne divisions that we have here, right here. Alright, so our first mechanized forces are going to be taking action in Africa. Yeah, a lot of infantry, airborne. What are we looking at from Somalia? They just have a couple mechanized, a couple motorized, a lot of militia. Nothing to worry about from that standpoint. Navy-wise, they do have a bigger navy with more modernized corvettes than us. These 1995 ones. They have no military production. They can't do a sustained conflict. Special operations, meaning paratrooper movements. Yeah, I would like to see us jump behind the line and take some of the supply routes. I don't see... I can't see their supply routes yet. So what I would think I want to do then is go from there just immediately behind their line. Right here and here. And push for this dock. I think that's on their territory. That might be us. Yeah, but I'm assuming they're gonna have a rail line from that port. Assuming they do, that'll be pretty good, but they may not. Anyway, we'll have those queued up there. Then Marines. They're all gonna be in their own army group. And we're gonna have to promote a guy. That's just gonna be how it goes, so... Let's look and see who we've got options on. I can't tell. These are, like, too similar. I'm thinking this is one. He's got amphibious invasion, extra, like, supply. Which makes me think he would be a good Marine leader, so we're gonna go ahead and bump him up. That should be this guy. Then let's go to his divisions. We're gonna take his most promoted unit, and we're just gonna bump him up as well. We get him. Who knows if they're any good or not. It's fine. Okay, so we get, because of that, reinforcement rate increases. We can go offensive doctrine as well. Gives us attack bonuses. For the Marines, that's what you want. They want a trade agreement, so let's get a trade agreement going. And we do have enough money to pay down some significant amounts of debt. Oh, wrong one. There we go. We're going to bump up our non-aligned party again. And this is where it gets interesting. Can we make up a basically 11% difference we'd have to cover in a year? I think we can do it. I think we're very capable of doing that. All right, and we're gonna let the mechanized forces do their thing first. And I don't think we'll have naval superiority, so we're gonna have a land combat aspect of this with these Marines. But these would be far better served going... Yeah, they don't even have any airports here. That's crazy. Yeah, we'll just have them do the exact same attack pattern. So you got Marines, armored like infantry planned out, some airborne strikes to get over this wall, and then they're gonna roll all these units over after that. Naval patrols that we do have cover our supply lines. We really don't need this. Go ahead and get rid of that. Air superiority. This would... I'm pretty much guaranteeing that's going to give us air superiority over this. Strategic bombers. We could do port strikes, but we'll be fine. And Bosnia is making political moves with us. We do have tank support drones. That's a nice one to grab. And tank combat drones. I don't know if that's what I think it is, but we're going to take it. Like maybe I should be lowering our stability. What one is growing? They're all shrinking. Oh, no, this is growing. It is daily change plus 0.02. Oh, and we are wrapping up our time right now. So let's go ahead and get man pads done. Production. Did I do that without assigning equipment? I bet I did. Oh, that's hilarious. I messed that up. Our anti-tank weapons are going to be worse than we could have made them. How unfortunate is that I did not assign a military industry to them. Company. Or military industrial company. But anyway, yep, we'll end this here. And thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next episode.